There's a couple of songs that I'll just ask you about one song, right?
Yeah.
And you can tell me about how you wrote the song, how it came about. And
Uh-huh.
there's the one which is Fear.
The Breakup Song.
This is my breakup song, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I like a lot of the songs on it, but there's a few that I particularly liked, and that was one of them. And what I quite liked about that, apart from lots of things, was just that wee quirky idea that people would think this is a breakup song is about you and a person.
Mm-hmm.
And having listened to the lyrics, it sounds to me as if it's just about the idea of fear holding you back.
Yep.
And you've decided,
Mm-hmm.
I'm breaking up from fear
Yep.
and I'm going forward. So
That's
to me,
it.
that sounded like a novel
Well, do you
idea.
know what? It was just that feeling that I had genuine fear was stopping me,
Yeah.
and I thought it's a negative relationship I have with fear,
Yeah,
and that's where that entire song stemmed from.
right. So how did that initial, you haven't written the song, how did it happen? Did the idea come and then you thought, I'll run with that?
It was at that pivotal point when I was really fighting within. Am I going to do this or not? Am I going to share these songs? What happens if the judgment comes in?
Mm-hmm.
Playing that what if game, but actually following through.
Mm-hmm.
And what if they come back and they don't like it? Is the world going to end? What if they come back and they do like it? Is the world going to end? So at one point I wasn't actually sure what I was more afraid of. Was it fear of failure or fear of success?
Right.
And it was just, that kind of self-talk, talking it through, and that little mindful, meditative moment of just silence and, just going inward and saying, right, what is stopping me? What is preventing me from taking this step into music? And it was me.
Right.
And it was my fear. And so that was the phrase that came into my head. I've got a negative relationship. And it was the word relationship with fear.
Yep.
And I thought, well, you know what? If you're in a negative relationship in work, in a marriage, in a partnership, what do you do to get out of it? You break up.
Right.
And that's where the ethos for that song, the backstory was, I thought, the only way that I'm going to break up with my own fear is to write it out, write about it.
Okay.
And it was almost like a movie that played in my head. At the beginning of the song, it is very kind of weak, even the vocal. It shows delicacy and weakness because I was the submissive, if you like, to this really dominant fear that was dictating what was happening in my life. So the first part of it is kind of, it's I want to break free, but I just don't know how. And then by the end of the song, even in the bridge, it says, in the middle of the night, when you come crying, telling me we're not through, because you can't actually live without fear. Fear's there for a reason, but now I use it as a direction marker, so that I know if that scares me, that's probably something that I should do. But the song's not about live without fear, but own the direction that you're going to be taking it.
No, I mean, I've got the message on it. I've got the message.
Good.
But how did it start as a song? This is the thing, I'm kind of interested in mechanics of things, how what. Did you have an idea which you then wrote down a lyric? Did you have an idea that you then sat at the piano? What was the process?
Chorus. It started with the chorus. And it was just about the kind of melody and the...
So when you say it started with the chorus, as in the words?
Well, it started off with word on this particular song, the lyrics and the melody came at the same time.
Right, okay. So were you sitting at the piano?
No, a lot of some of my writing I do sat at the piano. The majority of my writing is on the move. Right. So I was probably doing the dishes and
it was getting in your head.
And then I'm doing a bit of ironing over here, and that's what you're okay, or I'm doing some prep for the other job, and it doesn't always happen sat in the one place at the one time, concentrated. And a lot of songwriters say write every day. That's me writing. It might not be me sitting at a desk. Sometimes I do that, but fear in particular, it was just this little idea that I kept coming back to.
So was it running through your head for a while before you hit the instrument?
Yeah, and it started off as the lyrics and the melody at the same time in my head, And I'd more or less written the whole song before I even sat down, but I already, at the piano sat down, but I already knew
So you
the
had
melody.
a kind of mapped out idea.
Yeah, and then once I was able to do that and record it on the iPhone and then listen back and say, well, that part was strong and that part was weak. And with a lot of my songs, from a technical perspective of bringing them together, I am a mum and I love being a mum. And part of my process is singing my boys to sleep at night. They are always the first audience.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a 6-year-old and a 9-year-old, and if I sing a song to them and they like it, they'll let me know. If they don't like it, they'll let me know. And if I ask
That's
them...
a good audience.
Particularly my eldest, Jamie, who's 9 now, he'll say, Mum, can you sing the song about...
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say to him, oh, what does it sound like? And if he can't regurgitate what the melody was, then I know my melody's not strong enough, my hook's not there. If he says, the one that sounds like... I know I've got the melody right, but there's something not quite right with the lyric. He's not quite grasped that. So I almost use it as a little gauge. And as I'm singing those songs through to my kids, I'll watch the reaction that they give as well. And I'll sing it through and through maybe about 10 times, and I'll rewrite it it until they know it, I know it. It all feels as if it's evolved itself.